Hey guys, so apparently sitting at my desk has really great lighting, so I thought I would film a video here. Yes, my hair is up because I'm revising at the moment. One of the most popular comments I get on one of my videos, my A-level results video, is how did I revise for, sorry I'm swinging, I'll stop that. How did I revise for my exams? Because lots of people want to know, and I always had a very set revision method that works really well for me. Might not work well for you. Your revision is very, very personal. It depends how you learn and how you prefer to like revise, but yeah, revision is studying. So I thought I'd make an actual video talking about how I revise, because it is exam season and that is what you gotta do in exam season, you gotta revise. So basically my first tip for revision is make sure you have enough time. Do not leave it to the last minute. I have a very good short-term memory, so I'm very good at cramming, but that doesn't mean I should leave it all to the end, or you should leave it all to the end even if you do have a really good short-term memory, because my teacher once described it as a bucket. Your memory is a bucket and you can like cram in as much water to a bucket that you want, but short-term memory works. But in short-term memory the bucket will just overflow, whereas long-term memory the bucket has a little hole in the bottom and then it goes through this like permanent reservoir of knowledge in your mind. I don't know how to explain that any better. I would generally advise starting about 2-3 months before, just like generally revising, or as soon as you get your revision timetable. So this brings me on to my next point. I don't like revision timetables. I don't have a revision schedule. I have never got along with them. I am definitely a person who likes to live my day according to how I feel, because sometimes I might feel like, oh, I want to do geography today, or oh, I want to do this today, and a revision schedule I find really limits my time. And also I prefer to work by getting stuff done. I don't like to work and say like, oh, I'll do an hour of this. I like to sit down with a topic and be like, right, I will finish and understand this, then I'll be done. So I find that more useful way to revise, because then I ensure that I get through everything I need to get through and that I understand what I need to get through as well. So instead of having a revision schedule, I will list everything that I need to know for my upcoming set of exams by topic, by module, by exam, whatever. I will list it all. So this time I'm at uni. In GCSEs I would just like write geography and then write for each exam and what I needed to know for each exam, the different parts, the different case studies and everything. This time I'm at uni, so some angel in my year compiled a list, if you're able to see that, of all the LOs, this one. So all of our lecture slides came with LOs, and that's what we need to know for the exam. So I like to have a list of what I need to know for the exam there in front of me, so I know what to learn and I know how much I have left to learn. And I find this works way better for me than a revision schedule where I can sit down for an hour and do revision and then just stop in the middle of it. I like to get to a good stopping point and then stop. So that's why I don't have a schedule. Also, events come up, like sometimes I'll feel like going to the gym in the morning, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll go in the afternoon. You know, I never know how I'm gonna feel. So yeah, that being said, I do schedule stuff. I do this by writing a little to-do list. So let's find one. A little to-do list in the morning, and it'll have the revision thing I want to get done. So for today it was structure and function for the neurological system, and I am currently like halfway through that. I have other things on here, so like going to the gym, sorting out some replacements, editing, other just random stuff that I need to get done today, and I'll have that every day. I'll write that the night before, and I find that organising my day that way and knowing what I want to get done that day is really useful. So I'll do that the night before. And then I have my little 2017-2016 calendar, and in here I have the dates of my exams written down. They're like all over here, and then I'll have the subject that I want to cover in the day, like leading up to the exams. So today I have SF4 and then tomorrow I'll start on SF5 and do that for a couple of days. Next, my SF3 exam is on Wednesday. I'll spend Monday and Tuesday going over that. And then I have loads of time between SF5 and SF6, so I know I can do SF6 then. So yeah, I do manage my time that way, but I don't have like a whole spreadsheet with my life on it. Some people work really well with that spreadsheet, and if you do, that's great. I don't. So the first step to my revision, I'll do this quite far out from the exam, so like 2 months in advance. I will make general notes of everything. So this time I made these guides. I'll show you again on my laptop. I made these guides. So this one here, this is my SF. This is my SF4 neurological guide. So that's the whole of that subject just summed up, and that's everything I've learned and all the lectures. And I would do that back in GCSEs. I would write everything I needed to know, and at A-level I would just make grand notes on everything. And I did it on the computer this time and I actually prefer it, but before I just do it in notebooks. So I find this really helpful because it just lays out everything I need to know, and it gives me this comprehensive guide that I can look back on, because at GCSEs and A-level we had revision guides. Now at uni there aren't, so I made my own. And they're all vet related, so I mean, if you want one, hit me up. Once I finish going over everything, this will be like a couple of weeks before the exam, I will get my flashcards out. I have like a stack of flashcards. These are 100 packs and I've already used 2 of them. And I will go through the modules or the topic, and I will make flashcards based on the list of stuff that I need to know. So the LOs, so my guides won't be based on the LOs, they'll just be everything that we've been taught. And then I'll go through with the LOs, or like what I need to know for the exam, and write it out on flashcards so that they're there, like by topic, by LO. So I have one here that's like reticulospinal descending tract. So they're that like concise. And in GCSEs I would do this for case studies, same at A-level, or I do it for like reactions or reaction pathway, or say like how to work out the pH or something. I'd have the equation of that on the back. And I like flashcards just because they're really easy to put one topic on. I find notebooks get really messy. So yeah, I like these. And I will then highlight all my flashcards as well after I finish writing them, just to go over it one more time. So you have to be really succinct with what you put on these because they're not that big. So yeah, these are really good for summarizing stuff. Another way I like to do it is I make posters or mind maps. So I'm a big poster person. I made massive posters for my case studies, and like I had all the inorganic and organic reactions written out, and like the whole Krebs cycle, the whole like Calvin cycle, everything written out. And like at GCSE I'd have all my geography case studies written down, and like all my law cases on posters. So I'm a big poster person. There's one in the background there, which is the cells of the hematopoietic system. So I'll show you that. This is it, in bright colours, you know, easy to read, easy to look at, in a place where I'm going to look at it. So all of mine would be like above my bed, or like on a wall that I always look at, or like I have this wall in front of my desk with a pinboard, so I have lots of posters up there. Yeah, so writing stuff out in big sometimes really helps, because some things don't fit on a flashcard and some things are good to look at all the time. Big tip for revision is utilize resources that are out there for you. Like BBC Bite Size was a big help when I was in GCSEs doing science. Any online quiz or something, they're really useful. Similarly, past papers are a massive help for my revision. So I revise mainly using past papers. So I'll sit down with my flashcards and go through the past paper without looking at any of my notes. And then if I don't know an answer, I'll leave it. And then I'll go back through the paper with my notes in a different coloured pen, so I know that I'm doing it with my notes. And I'll fill in the ones that I don't know but can answer with the help of my notes. And then if there are some that I can't answer with the help of my notes and don't really know, I'll go back to my general stuff and see if there's anything my flashcards have missed, or I will just accept that I am never going to know it because the examination system is horrible. I'll ask my teacher or something. There are lots of questions that are like situation derived So it's knowing how to answer the questions as well, looking at the mark schemes and thinking what they want from you. So when I did geography, I would look at the mark schemes and know what type of essay they would want me to write, given, like, depending on what question they would give me. So yeah, knowing what the paper wants of you as well is really important. If you're doing biology, or to some extent biology, if you're doing chemistry or like something, maths or something like that, I didn't need to do that. But then there were some questions like, oh my god, acid, base. Yeah, they were horrible. What makes an acid? Yeah, where I literally just memorised the answer they wanted. So there are some questions like that. To some extent, doing well in exams is knowing what the mark scheme wants of you, especially exams like geography, where it's essay writing. For geography revision, I learnt my case studies, but I also learnt how to dissect the questions and what the words in the questions were wanting. So if you're doing like an Englishy subject, that is probably the better way to do it. Looking at the questions and knowing your material behind it. And practice essays. I practiced so much, like my hand was falling off. So yeah, I'll then look at what grade I got on the past papers without my notes and then with my notes, and compare them, and if I do well without my notes, then I'm happy days. Having a realistic target for your grade is an important thing to keep in mind as well. So you don't want to like drive yourself into the ground trying to get an A star when all you need is an A. So in chemistry I was like, all I need is an A, so I'm going to want that. Unfortunately I did have to study hard for chemistry because it's a horrible subject, but I know this time I need 50% to pass because vet med is awful. Most uni courses are 40%, so yeah, I know that I need that to pass. I have my past like coursework that I've done, so I know what I need to pass. I know that I would like to get more than the pass mark, but realistically I know what I'm aiming for, so I can look at that on past papers and say, did I get that? And if I did, then happy days. One of the biggest things for revision, to make revision a lot easier, is being on top of it throughout the year. Staying on top of your assignments, your lectures, your homework, your tests throughout the year. Being on top of them makes it so much easier to get on top of it during exams, because you already know the stuff because you've been learning it throughout the year and you've done well. So you can just look back at your notes or look back at your coursework and think, yeah, I remember that, I know it. So it's better to relearn something and have it come easier than try and learn everything at once from scratch. A massive thing for successful revision is your revision space. So you can see my room, and my bed is made, and my room is tidy, and my desk is somewhat tidy. I'll show you my desk. So yeah, there are all my notebooks and my flashcards. There's my little notebook I've been reading from. Here is my laptop. I'm left-handed, so I like to work on my left side. And then I have food. Revision snacks are vital. And then here's my room. It's all tidy. Oh my god. Oh, you did. No. So yeah, having a tidy revision space. Tidy room, tidy mind, it's just so much better for focusing. Also getting rid of distractions. So I have my phone on airplane mode while I'm revising, and I also, well, I do turn off the Wi-Fi on my laptop because all of my notes are saved onto my laptop, so they're all like Word files that don't require internet, so I don't need internet to revise. And I'm alright at revising in my room. I do prefer to revise at a shop like Starbucks. I hate revising in the library. It's too silent, too much pressure. But I do enjoy revising at a place like Starbucks. I'm just very broke and can't afford all the coffee. Group revision. It's very easy to learn by explaining something. So if you get together with a friend and you're just kind of revising silently together, I do this a lot. And then if you don't understand something, ask her or him. And then if they don't understand something, they can ask you. And yeah, that's how I revise. That is how I do it. If it does not work for you, it does not work for you. There are many other methods of revising. But yeah, that's how I do it. So I've always done it, and I got 5 A stars, 6 A's at GCSE. I got 3 A's at A level, and I I'm at vet school, so, and I passed my first term of exams with a first, so maybe I'm doing something right. But yeah, finding motivation to revise is incredibly hard. Just know why you're here and why you're doing it, and even when the stuff is boring AF, like neurological stuff, like I am talking to you instead of revising right now, so this is coming straight out of my ass. But yeah, staying motivated, just think why you want to do it. So I'm just like, I want to be a vet, it'll be fine, just learn the stuff. Yeah, shutting off your phone helps. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Yeah, hope it answers some of your questions that you've been commenting a lot. Bye. Okay, so I almost forgot this one, but another major tip for revision is taking time off and taking time to relax. This is so important, because otherwise you're going to burn out. So yeah, I like to take time to chill, watch YouTube. My mum got me this mindfulness journal, so yeah, I haven't started yet, but it looks fun. So yeah, I like to knit as well, just when I'm stressed, or I go to the gym, because I'm in love with the gym. So yeah, taking time off is another massive way to make revision more motivating, less depressing, and just a better period of your time, so it's not all, oh my god, I'm gonna fail. Don't leave it to last minute, don't cram, don't burn out. And who likes to, oh,